What is going on, guys? Stardust-oneworldreviews here, and welcome to the first of many MCU-related videos that you'll be expecting on my channel and Twitch for Endgame, which, let's know, is my most anticipated film of 2019, so it's going to do a lot more MCU-related lists. I mean, and it's crazy because I already did like 4 of them last year for Nintendo Wasp, where I discussed my top 5 worst characters, my top 5 best villains, my top 10 favorite heroes, and my top 10 favorite moments, which I'm definitely going to be doing after Endgame. Because I'm sure at the Endgame there's going to be a lot more memorable moments, so yeah, so I'm going to do a lot more MCU-related lists along with a couple of rankings for the MCU, so be on the look kind of the next couple months, and I'm actually kind of excited to do all these lists on thing, because I love the MCU, again, I love the Monster Cinematic Universe. It's, for about, I don't know, a lot of people have different opinions with films nowadays, or tend not like them much, but I truly love Marvel movies. I truly love them. They're fun, entertaining, but also have a lot of emotion, also a lot of greatness, and the superheroes can be more than just being superheroes. I mean, this was launched the universe ultimately for Battle for Wars, so I'm going to be doing a lot more MCU-related lists. But unfortunately, discussing the worst, as I will be discussing my top 5 worst moments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, because despite how amazing this universe is, it definitely is no shortage. There definitely is no shortage of like terrible moments or not so good moments. Good moments. I mean, there's that many which ones is a top 5 list on things that I pretty much love enjoying all the movies, but this movie still has a fair shortage of not so good moments. Whether it is from the writing of the scene, of how some character acts, or what was executed or handled, these moments aren't exactly the showcase of the greatest MCU thing. I don't really hate a lot of these moments, honestly, but they aren't really the greatest or even that good, honestly. So, hope you all enjoyed this list, and first of all, this is just my personal opinion on my least favorite moments or my worst moments in the MCU, and if you let me know what would be your worst moments of the MCU in the comments down below. So not beyond the bush, let's get started, shall we? Kicking off list number 5 is the infamous Mandarin twist from Iron Man 3. Now I'm sure most of these lists are supposed to be someone list, but I'm sure most of you are surprised that it's number 5 on the list. Now I don't necessarily hate this twist, honestly, I don't necessarily hate because it's like a true definition to the Mandarin character, because that's what people are more sad about, is how it actually the Mandarin character, which maybe I'm not really upset about, and I don't hate it because of that, because I never like any Iron Man comic or anyone the Mandarin. I think the more the issue I have with this twist is probably how it was handled, executed, and who the actual Mandarin was, honestly. Ended up being a incredibly generic villain with a weak motivation. And this sketch could have been interesting, honestly. Like, and I mentioned the movie really like build a lot of stuff along the Mandarin, be some menacing presence. But then I think it's the movie. I think the big problem I had was that they probably could have handled a lot better, or probably could have executed a lot better in the movie. I mean, just how it was handled and how it was explained. I was like, really? You're going with this way? Like, I know there's some defenders of this twist, and if you'd love more power to you. If you love this twist, that's great, honestly. And this twist actually even could have been interesting. It's just the execution and how it was handled throughout the movie. It really kind of brought Iron Man 2. Like, I still think Iron Man 2 is still a really good movie. But this twist kind of brings the film down a peg for me, honestly. Again, if you love this twist, that's fine, but for me, it really does bring it down. At number 4, we have the first 20 minutes in general from Captain Marvel, the most recent MCU movie. Now, nice movie, Captain Marvel is definitely one of the weaker films in the MCU, but somebody still thought is really good, honestly. I still think it is a really good film. But I did say maybe that one of my main problems was the first 20 minutes and how it was very rough around the edges. That's pretty much still applies here. Like I can kind of get what they're trying to do here, but I think, like kind of said, I think it was more how it was handled, executed, what they're trying to do in the first 20 minutes. Didn't really sell that well. Didn't really give the great first impression of how good this movie was going to be. Like, I still think Captain Marvel was a really good movie. And just how in terms of editing, in terms of execution, in terms of what they're trying to show here, what they're trying to go for here, I just thought it wasn't really handled all that well. If you see the movie, you know what I mean. But yeah, the first 20 minutes really do bring the movie down. I mean, I still think it was a good movie, but the beginning could definitely been a lot better. At number 3, we got Strange acting way too harsh on Christine from Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange is one of the few Marvel movies where it has kind of gotten it has kind of like less rewatches on 6. I originally gave it 100 in my original review. I don't know why, honestly, I would get that my original review, honestly, but I think it's more. I'm still more bringing this film to like A minus or B plus territory. Like, I still do rewatch. I'm going to be planning on rewatching it again. Like, I do plan on rewatching the film again. Again, there's still some MC films I still need to rewatch. But there's one thing one more I do remember that really bugged me is definitely this moment here. Like I can understand why strangers act like this. I can definitely understand it. Just how he was saying it and how it was coming off to her. Just when Christine was trying to help us, like, didn't really get the best and true impression on Strange. I proclaim that Strange was more acting like a Taurus-style clone, and this was a little bit of an example why, honestly. Like, but it's more than it's just how he was acting and how it was coming off. Like, damn, like, man, that was way too harsh. Especially how Christine was just trying to be nice and trying to be helpful, and I mean, he was kind of acting too much for that scene where he was kind of freaking out about his hands and whatever. Just overall, it just by the harshness is probably why this moment is on this list. Like, if you've seen the film, you probably understand why. At number 2, we got the party scene from Iron Man 2. Now, of course, the scene from Iron Man 2 was going to make this list. Now, I was actually kind of debating between this moment and the fight between Iron Man and War Machine, but I ended up going this moment because it really like this movie was supposed to really demonstrate about the badness and the darkness of Tony's alcoholism. Like, it was supposed to demonstrate, but I think one of the main problems I really had with this movie that they kind of portray as kind of a joke. That's definitely one of the big problems I always had with Iron Man 2. Like, I do enjoy Iron Man 2, like I said, there's not an MCU that I don't say I do not like. But one thing I can't like Iron Man 2 is that they kind of portray it as a joke when it's supposed to be portrayed in a dark and serious way. And this party scene really is a bad example of that, as we see Tony acting way too dickish and way too ego-ish, and he just, but I like a dick here, and I know that's kind of the Baltoy's character, but I thought he was honestly way too unlikable in this movie, honestly, at certain points. There's even one point where he ends up peeing in his suit. It's like, why would we need that? It's just very awkward, very kind of cringy, and kind of turned me off a little bit from Iron Man here. So it's like the only few moments where I really did not like Iron Man, and just flat did not like his character. I still think Iron Man 2 is an enjoyable movie. It's just, this party scene could have been done so much better. And this was a movie that's supposed to portray his alcoholism as something that's truly serious and dark. Instead of, this movie kind of makes it calm as a joke. And just, yeah. But of course, before we do get to my worst moment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, let's get into a few dishonorable mentions. 5 to back, and they are as followed. Late match for the Iron Man and War Machine fight from Iron Man 2. What are those? From Black Panther. And the joke kind of worked it on me, honestly. To be honest, now that I'm on it. The introduction to Malekith from Thor: The Dark World. Definition of a terrible MCU villain, definitely the worst MCU villain. The Ragnarok type scene from Age of Ultron, mainly because of how out of place it was. And the exposition ghost scene from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I recently watched the movie, and the scene definitely is as bad as I remembered. They could have executed a lot better, in my opinion. And now we get to my number 1 worst moment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that, my friends, is Selvig running around naked from Thor: The Dark World. Now, Thor: The Dark World is a movie that I do enjoy, honestly. Like, I know some people don't hate this movie, which I can personally understand why, but I still find a lot of enjoyment here. I still find a lot of greatness in the interaction between Thor and Loki, and the action's great, the visuals are great. There's a lot of greatness here that do very fly in this movie. But this is definitely probably the most flawed movie in any of the MCU, especially with Darcy being more known than ever. I mean, I put up the number 1 worst character for a reason. She still stands by it, and I still stand by that. Malekith being a terrible villain, and there's an aspect they could have done better with. And this scene just, and that much has a terrible humor and tell like why it was in the movie. And this moment is pretty much just like, why was it in the movie? Like, who thought of doing this? And basically, you see Selvig, who's basically scientist, and he basically was on mind control. Look, it's mind control, and then he ends up losing mind control, and then he has an effect. And some reason they had him like going crazy and running around naked, sitting in the news. Like, seriously, why did you have him running around naked? Like, it's just so cringy and awkward in all of the worst ways. I'm mentioning they're trying so hard to make it seem like it's funny, but it's not. It's again so cringy and painfully awkward. Like, what in the hell they were thinking with doing this scene? Like, it's definitely a question. Probably the only one in the MCU was like, what in the hell were they thinking while they were doing this? Some of what I mentioned, I can at least kind of understand what they're going for, at least to an extent. Here, like, I have no idea what they're trying to go for here. Like, why in the hell were you thinking of doing this? And all that's pretty much why this moment is my worst moment in the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well guys, I hope you're enjoying my top 5 worst moments in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me know what would be your worst moments in the entire MCU. What moments that I didn't mention that you put on your list, and what would be your own list. Like, it could be a top 5 or a top 10 list or whatever. Let me know what would be your worst moments in the entire MCU in the comments down below. I'd love to know what would be your favorite worst moments, honestly. I still hope you enjoy this list, and this is during the first of many MCU-related videos I'll be doing in anticipation for Endgame, so definitely be on the lookout for those coming very soon. I'll have some movie reviews coming very soon as well. I actually plan on seeing Shazam next Saturday, which is as I'm filming this video, and I'm definitely going to have a review of that for you guys, and I have a couple of Netflix movies coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I also truly do appreciate. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all of my social media sites that are all linked in the description down below. I am Stardust-oneworld from MCU-related. I'll see you next time, and stay cooler. Have a better. Peace.
15 kids in the backyard drinking wine. You tell me